it's about this time in mine and my wife's life where every teacher, every gym teacher, every Little League coach would come up and say, hey, man, I love being around y'all's kids, which is what you want to hear as a parent. Now, they've grown up and it's not that way anymore. But back then, it was like this. But seriously, people would tell us that, and it was awesome. It was awesome. And I could share so many powerful stories about my kid's life at this age, but I've only got time to share one. I want to share one about my daughter, Megan. Okay? Now, both of them are good athletes. My son played college football, but I love my daughter's stories better. So I'm going to tell you one about Megan. So Megan, about 4 years later, made middle school cheerleader. Okay? And when she made middle school cheerleader, the first year, I'm going to be honest with you, some cheerleading drama going on, right? Typical stuff, right? It's just part of the territory. But the second year, she actually got voted captain. So I said to her, I said, Meg, I said, you're kind of the captain now, so you're kind of responsible for the environment, right? And she said, I guess so. And I was like, why don't you do this? Why don't every day before practice you start a little huddle, and why don't you have a little attitude of gratitude meeting, and why don't you try to project an energy to the group that allows you all to have fun at cheer, because that's what you cheer for in the first place. Now, this is all common sense, again, to her, even at 13. And she's like, okay, seems like a good idea to her. So she does this. Now, fast forward 4 months. Okay, we're at Christmas. Okay, and we're in a two-level gym. We're in a two-level gym, and I've got the perfect seat on the bottom floor. I can see the cheerleaders, and they're fixing to do their Christmas dance. Okay, and my seat's so good, the cheerleading coach walks up next to me. And we're sitting there, and we're fixing to watch the dance, and man, they play the music, and they get to doing whatever cheerleaders do, and it's awesome. They are killing it. And everybody there is happy because it's fun to see a bunch of group of kids succeed together, right? And they're sitting there and they finish and it's just a good night. Everything's right in the world. And the cheerleading coach looks at me and she says, you know what? I just love that group of girls. And I said, well, you know what? We really appreciate you. They have a great time. And I said, you got to be proud of that. They just killed it. And, just glad you do it. Thank you. She looked at me and she said, you know what? I've been doing this a long time. She said, that's the only group of girls I've ever had with no cheerleading drama. I didn't even tell her. I never to this day told her. But I knew right then and there that choosing your attitude was so powerful that it could overcome cheerleading drama.